This guy.
Yeah.
All right. That's it.
He didn't even need to come up here and
I don't have a gavel. So it is 7 o'clock on Monday, December 1st, 2025, and we are coming to you live from Lake Superior State University's library. And we will call this regular City Commission meeting of the Sault Ste. Marie City Commission to order. Could we have a roll call, please?
Mayor Gary,
Here.
Commissioner Bauer,
Here.
Commissioner Bospas-Rath,
Here.
Commissioner Talentino,
here.
Commissioner Habusta,
Here.
Commissioner Marble,
Here.
Commissioner Rubenstein.
Here.
Rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much, everybody. Big thank you to Lake Superior State University for hosting this meeting on an annual basis. In addition to all that LSSU does naturally as an educational institution that continually enriches our community, Lake State and the city have a great collaborative relationship, and we continually work to strengthen it. In addition to efforts like the Campus and Community Partnership Fund that was created by Dr. Travis and his wife Lindsay to support projects and strengthen our bond, Lake Superior State University also holds a position on the city's Local Development Finance Authority and also supported the recertification of our Smart Zone and holds 2 leadership positions parallel with the city on the Smart Zone entity, the Headwaters North. We certainly are a better community because of Lake State, and we always value our relationship. Also on LSSU topic, on behalf of the city of Sault Ste. Marie, we'd like to extend our congratulations and thanks to recent retirements, I guess you'd call it, of Tim Lukenda and Richard Barch for their 8 years of service on the Lake Superior State University Board of Trustees. Also on Wednesday, November 19th, Dr. Tom Robinson's dream became a reality when the statues were erected on the I-75 Business Spur traffic circle. He spearheaded the effort, and with the support of Sault Ste. Marie Tribe of Chippewa Indians, Bay Mills Indian Community, and many local donors, the statues were built and delivered last year and finally installed this fall. Big thanks to all involved for their dedication and support. Last Friday, we had the Parker Ace Hardware Parade of Lights downtown with special guests, Santa and Mrs. Claus. It was a perfect night, and there were many happy kids and a lot of people downtown. Also, over the weekend, the downtown merchants participated in the Small Business Saturday campaign, so lots going on around the holidays in Sault Ste. Marie. We have a special guest here tonight, State Representative Parker Fairbairn, and I'd like to invite him up just to say hello. And great to see you here, Parker. Yes, if you'd hit the microphone, it'd be great.
There we are. Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor, and to the City Commission. I'm going to keep this very brief. I happened to be up here today, so I thought I'd come and give a little update on what's going on at the state level. So we passed the state budget. It was a little later than typical years, but we passed it in early October, close to a government shutdown, but we didn't shut down in the state of Michigan, so that's a good thing. Record funding to local roads. So what we'll see over the next year, 2 years, we're going to see a lot of roads connecting you to where you work are going to get fixed. Chippewa County saw a 33% increase in funding for their county road commission. That's going to mean more roads getting done. The city will see that too. I don't know the exact numbers on that as of right now. There were also increased transparency measures that we had in the state budget that are going to be really beneficial for any projects going forward that get funded. And then I'm working on a package on the committee I'm on, regulatory reform, really trying to tackle the housing issue we have in Michigan. It's a big one, but what we see is that there's overregulation right now in the state of Michigan when it comes to housing. You look at any new build and it's $90,000 in upfront cost before you even break dirt, which is unbelievable. People can't buy homes here, so we're looking to tackle that issue, and we've got a really good plan going forward that's going to be very bipartisan. And then UP specific, the rice generators that we have in the UP, they're closer to the west end, but it's going to impact energy prices across the Upper Peninsula if we don't get it solved, and it's keeping these rice generators, which are internal combustion engine generators, they're very clean, keeping them running through 2049. There was some legislation change last year that will make them shut down as of January 1st this coming year. And if that happens, prices in the Upper Peninsula will go up, even on the east end. So those are things we're looking to tackle. Thanks for the time today, and always nice to be up here in the Sioux.
Thank you very much, Parker. We appreciate you coming to our meeting, and thanks for your support of the UP. So we'll move on into item B, which is proclamations and recognitions. Acting City Manager Troyer.
Thank you, Mayor. The first item is presentation of departmental commendation to Detective Sergeant Jerome Gabzinski, and Police Chief Wes Bierling is going to present on this.
Good evening.
Good evening. First and foremost, thank you, Mayor, Commissioners, Acting City Manager, and our LSSU guests for the opportunity today to spend a few moments and present the departmental commendation to Detective Sergeant Jerome Gabzinski. It is with great pride that the department formally recognizes Detective Sergeant Jerome Gabzinski for his exceptional professionalism, leadership, and sustained commitment to advancing the department's mission through the development and continuous improvement of its training programs. Over the past several years, both as a patrol sergeant and now as a detective sergeant, Sergeant Gabzinski has played a pivotal role in recreating, organizing, and facilitating the department's training program, modernizing its structure, enhancing its effectiveness, and aligning it with current policing standards and best practices. Through his initiative and forward-thinking approach, he has strengthened the department's overall training culture and ensured its readiness to meet the demands of modern policing. Sergeant Gabzinski has also been instrumental in revitalizing the department's FTO field training program for new hires. While the program continues to evolve, his leadership has established a foundation of high-quality instruction and mentorship, bringing renewed structure, accountability, and professionalism. His efforts ensure that new officers are better prepared to serve the community while contributing to the ongoing growth and refinement of the program. Beyond his formal training responsibilities, Sergeant Gabzinski is a respected mentor and role model. He leads by example, demonstrating patience, sound judgment, and an unwavering commitment to doing what is right. His approachable leadership and willingness to share knowledge have helped develop both new and seasoned officers, inspiring high professional standards across the department. In recognition of his sustained dedication, leadership, and meaningful contributions to the growth and success of the department and its personnel, it is an honor to present Detective Sergeant Jerome Gabzinski with his formal commendation. His ongoing commitment to excellence, mentorship, and professional development embodies the highest standards of public service and reflects great credit upon himself and the department. Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations, and thank you very much for your service. Now we will move on into item C, which is notice of public comment. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to reserve any time for public comment on any of our agenda items? Seeing none, we'll move into item D, which is the consent agenda. Deputy City Clerk Erica Gordon.
Thank you. Number 1 on tonight's consent agenda is the approval of City Commission meeting minutes of November 17th, 2025. Item 2, acceptance of the Airport Advisory Board meeting minutes of October 9th, 2025. Item 3, acceptance of the Economic Development Corporation, Brownfield Redevelopment Authority, and Tax Increment Finance Authority 3 meeting minutes of October 14th, 2025. Item 4, acceptance of the Economic Development Corporation meeting minutes of October 29th, 2025. Item 5, acceptance of the Historical Development Commission meeting minutes of October 21st, 2025. Item 6, acceptance of Sault Ste. Marie Housing Commission meeting minutes of October 23rd, 2025. Item 7 is consideration of mayoral appointment of Kelly Greener to the Economic Development Corporation. Item 8 is consideration of Bulletproof Vest Partnership Grant application. Item 9 is consideration of Smart Zone lease agreement with Gatehouse Media Michigan Holdings, Inc. Item 10 is approval of consent agenda items as presented.
Thank you very much, Deputy Clerk Gordon. Would any commissioner like any of these items further explained or removed for individual consideration? Commissioner Habusta.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just have a simple question, seeking clarification. I had a community member text me this question. Wondering with EDC appointments, if there is a local requirement, is there a percentage? I know our DDA has a certain percentage of members who must be local to the city limits. I'm wondering if the EDC has similar requirements, and if so, are those being currently met?
There's not on the EDC appointment, on the EDC board, I should say.
All right, thank you.
And she is employed at our local Sault Ste. Public Schools.
Thank you.
A leader there, yep. Anybody else? Commissioner Bauer.
So moved, we approve tonight's consent agenda.
Support.
Motion and support. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Thank you very much. Under E, special orders of business. Number 1, Acting City Manager Troyer.
Thank you, Mayor. Item 1 is second reading of an ordinance to amend Article 3, Parking, Stopping, and Standing, Chapter 24, Traffic and Motor Vehicle of the Sault Ste. Marie Code of Ordinance. This is a second reading. It has been before the commission previously. The only action tonight is changing the overnight parking hours in the downtown area for specific streets back to the 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. All other on-street parking, winter restriction would be 12 a.m. to 7 a.m. So the only change is redefining the downtown streets from 3 to 6 a.m. So I'd recommend the mayor hold a public hearing, and pending any comments from the public, approve the ordinance as presented.
Thank you, Acting City Manager. So we'll open a public hearing on the ordinance. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to make any comments at this time? Again, it's a public hearing on the ordinance to amend Article 3, Parking, Stopping, and Standing, Chapter 24, Traffic and Motor Vehicle of Sault Ste. Marie Code of Ordinance. Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. Any questions or comments from the City Commission? Commissioner Rubenstein.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to say thank you to the city staff for getting right on this change kind of at the 11th hour after we got feedback and putting it in place. So thank you.
Would you like to make the motion?
Sure. Motion to approve the ordinance as presented.
Support.
Motion and support. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed unanimously. Thank you. So moving into item F, communications, Acting City Manager Troyer.
Thank you, Mayor. Lake Superior State University update. Dr. David Travis is going to give us an update. Yep.
You're the highlight of the show tonight, Dr. Travis, so take your time.
Never tell a president to take his time. How much time do we have? Well, I want to
As long as
start.
the library's open.
There we go. I just want to start by first of all saying how honored we are to have you all here. We really appreciate that we have one meeting a year here. It's really our privilege to have this type of activity going on campus. You mentioned, Mr. Mayor, the Campus Community Partnership Fund. This is one aspect of campus community partnership that's very important to me. And I just also want to say thank you personally to all of you as commissioners. The work you're doing is very important. As the university grows, it's dependent on the city to grow, and I would say vice versa. So we really have to work hand in hand. And it's really important to me also that we have two Lake State employees on this board. It's by coincidence, but it's also very, very valuable and a source of bringing that voice to these discussions on a regular basis. So again, I really appreciate you all being here. As far as the Campus Community Partnership Fund, I also want to just give a shout out to any of our local citizens that donated to that fund. It has grown, and we are now able to start talking seriously about doing some real things with those funds that will, I think, impact both the university and the community. Some of you may have heard one of the first things we're looking at doing is putting what we're kind of colloquially calling a Hollywood sign on the hill out here behind Sisler. It will be the first thing that people see as they come across the bridge from Canada. I've driven across the bridge many times. I've figured out how long you can actually see it and exactly the best spot. That will be going up probably in the spring, but it will be large LSSU letters with Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan underneath it, illuminated at night. So again, it'll be kind of a welcome sign to the United States that people will see, and it'll be a welcome sign also to the university and the city of Sault Ste. Marie at the same time. So I think it's a good start. We're also talking about doing that downtown in a slightly different way, and then we're also talking about doing some renovations and remodeling of certain important buildings that I think both the campus and the community value. So lots of excitement with this Campus Community Partnership Fund, and again, I really appreciate the support from the city. As far as the university, we've had quite a challenging semester. You may have heard we had an extensive power outage back in September. I want to give a large shout out, much appreciation to our local hotel businesses that really bent over backwards to accommodate our students with very, very little notice. We had to put over 200 students up in local hotels, really with very little notice for 2 nights. And those hotel managers really bent over backwards, not only to provide room space for them, but also to provide breakfast for them the next morning. And just really, they were calling each other, trying to find out how much space each of them had to try to accommodate our students. And again, we talk about campus community partnership. Those are the kinds of moments where that relationship really stands out. And I just can't say thank you enough to the local support we got during that event. And then a couple weeks ago, we had a cyber attack. So it's been quite an extensive, challenging semester for us. We didn't have to cancel any classes for that one, really, but we had to shut down certain labs that were impacted. The computers were impacted, and we're still trying to recover from that. I do want to really express my appreciation to our IT group for getting our campus back up and online very quickly. Also, our partners with the Sioux Tribe reached out and offered their assistance because, unfortunately, they experienced that themselves last year. It's something you learn every time this sort of thing happens, but unfortunately it's become the norm nowadays, and just when you think you're one step ahead of everybody, they figure out a new way to get in, and that's unfortunately what happened. But we were able to minimize the impact, fortunately, on the campus for the long term. As far as the university, this is my second year as president, and it took me a little bit of time last year when I spoke to this group. I think I was still trying to figure out exactly where we needed to begin in trying to develop a plan that would grow our enrollments and improve other types of situations on campus. I think we have a clarity on that plan now. I would say we're in year 2 of a 3-year plan. Last year was really the year to figure out where the problems were, the things that we needed to do different. The campus and the community was very open-minded to my ideas of how to do things differently. This year, we're making very significant changes with the university, ranging from how we compensate our employees. We wanted to be able to pay our employees more, and the only way to really do that was to change some of our benefits packaging to give them more choices. In the past, we've had a one-size-fits-all type of plan, a very, very expensive plan, Now we're offering a wide range of plans. Those that want to stick with that expensive plan are certainly welcome to do that. But there are many other choices, and as a result, we're able to save a little bit of money, and we put that right into the compensation for our employees. Increasing compensation is the number one way that people feel appreciated in their job, and that's certainly something we plan to keep trying to do going forward. We've also spent a lot of time this year redoing our recruitment model. I hired a new recruitment person who came in with a new plan, and we're starting to implement that plan by placing recruiters in cities around Michigan as opposed to being located here on campus and driving to those cities every day. This makes them an integral part of those communities. Many of them are from those areas. They have access to high school counselors. They can get into the schools. They can go to college fairs and so on. We are hoping to hire as many as 5 or 6 of these individuals that will be set in locations around the state. Early indications for the first 2 that we have located in Detroit and at the tip of the Met as our applications are up in those areas. So we do see this as an indication that once we have this new team in place, that we'll see more and more increases in our total number of applicants and hopefully a greater return on our yield. We're also trying to work with our charter schools, our partnership with our nearby Sioux Tribe and Bay Mills Tribe students that are interested in going to college. So we're really focusing our efforts in, I think, more strategic ways that create more of an ROI that really results in an improved overall enrollment opportunity. And we're also changing our scholarship program, completely revamping that this year, leaning more on donors, less on university dollars. And our donors have been very generous and have stepped up and offered to help us, and we're continuing to lean more and more on them. That will help make the university more financially solvent going forward as we try to grow our enrollment. This year, our enrollment took another small step down, a very modest small step. The good news is the decrease was less than what we've seen in previous years. It would not surprise me if we step down even a little bit more next year. What I'm expecting is that in year 3 next year, some of these changes will really start to show up, which will probably impact the fall 27 recruitment class the most. So patience and trust are 2 words that I've been asking the university, our community partners to have, and hope that this plan will work. I'm confident that we are making progress and where we want to be in this 3-year plan. And finally, the other key part of this plan is improving our university infrastructure. I mentioned that we had the power outage. We've had other challenges with problems with our infrastructure, ranging from roofs that need to be replaced to problems with our HVAC, various challenges of certain sorts that we all take for granted in our day-to-day lives. This is an old university footprint, over 100 years old, on a former Army base that was renovated into a university. It was never intended to be a university, so we're using a footprint of something that was never intended to be a university, and we've built a university on top of it. And we're committed to preserving the history, the amazing history of this university and what this university represents, without modifying it so significantly that that history is compromised. In order to do that, though, you have to accept that there will be some challenging infrastructure problems along the way. A lot of retrofitting going on. We've made a commitment this year to really focus on infrastructure improvements, ranging from some of the things I mentioned to simply curb appeal. We've got to repair our sidewalks. Our curbs literally have to be replaced. We have to improve our signage. We have to make changes to things that make people that work here and that come to school here feel very proud to be Lakers. And so we hope over the next year or 2, you'll really see some significant changes to the way this university looks. That's all I got for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Travis. Can't believe it's, seems like more than 2 years, doesn't it? We were proud that you were our speaker on your very first day of employment with Lake Superior State University. So, we're moving along in the agenda to item G, business items. Acting City Manager Troyer.
Thank you, Mayor. Consideration of bid award for Soft Start VFD project at the water treatment facility, and Water Director Kurt Tews is going to present on this.
Good evening.
Evening. I was going to load up a 20-minute PowerPoint presentation, but I don't think that's as important. So
We got nothing but time.
this is just a simple project. It's been on radar for a little bit here. Some of our electronic components are wearing out there at the water plant. We had a failure earlier this spring with those and had to do an emergency repair on those. So this is just trying to get ahead of stuff. Keep some of our pumps running because without pumps we don't have water, and so that's very important to us. Put the bid out there. It was kind of interesting. Had a lot of walkthroughs, but a lot of these companies wouldn't go through with the bonding for the project, and so they backed away from it. So we ended up with LSSU Electric. They're an Appleton-based company, but they have a shop in Iron Mountain, and they subbed with J. Rank Electric here locally to do some of the installs. So we're asking for approval of this project to update some of our electrical components at the plant.
Thanks, Kirk. Do any commissioners have any questions for him on this item? Acting City Manager, any additional comments? Or?
No, I just note that the bid is $94,340. It does fall within the established budget of $100,000, so there's no additional funding that's being requested for this approval.
So we're looking for a motion from somebody that has affinity for water. Commissioner Marble.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion to award the bid to LNS Electric in the amount of $94,340 to replace the soft starts and UFDs on pump motors at the water treatment facility.
Support.
So we have motion and support. Any other questions or comments, discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you very much. Quick and easy. Moving on into item H, City Manager announcements and updates. Didn't know if you had any this evening.
I do not. Thank you.
All right, so we'll move on into item I, which is matters presented by the public. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to make any comments at this time? Seeing none, we'll move into item J, matters presented by the City Commission. Commissioners, Commissioner Rubenstein.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to publicly acknowledge Tony Haller again, who had the idea 3 years ago now, to host a meeting each year on campus, and then also a special thank you to Mark Boucher and his staff for staying a little bit later here to get this all set up. So thank you very much.
Good comments. Anybody else? Commissioner Bosphus-Rath.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a quick reminder, this weekend, Friday and Saturday, is the Magical Dinner, the charity event for hospice held at Kuwait and Casinos, and I'm sure there's still tickets available, so call the box office and reserve your tickets. It's a great event. Wassail.
Good comments. Anybody else? Mr. Bauer.
Your Honor, I move that we adjourn this meeting.
Support.
Motion and support. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.